Welcome to the Happy Workaholic Podcast. I'm your host, Kellyanne Gorman. Over the past 20 years, I've worked in beauty, luxury, corporate, and service-driven industries. I created the opportunity in these careers and in my own businesses that allowed me to travel the world, experience once-in-a-lifetime events, and build brands while providing my expertise to clients all around the globe. Life is short, and when you're given a second chance, you better believe I'm going to take it, celebrate it, and share it with you. This show is intended to elevate your mind, upgrade your business, enhance your life, and become part of a positive and uplifting community. If you're ready to take your business and life to that next level you deserve to be at, this is the show for you. Inspiration, motivation, and determination are what got me to where I am today. Tune in every week to hear from myself, other entrepreneurs, professional patients, small business owners, and fellow podcasters who will be featured on the show. I'm here to remind you to work hard, share your story, follow your dreams, and never, ever give up. Thanks for taking the time to subscribe to the Happy Workaholic Podcast. Today's episode starts now. Hello, and happy Friday. Welcome to a brand new show. You are listening to episode 256. I'm so glad that you are here. By the way, if you hear some little screams in the background, they're just all of my neighbors in the pool outside. So there's that. I'm back in my closet recording, which, by the way, sounds amazing anyway. So I should not even complain. Living the life as a podcaster during the pandemic, I learned that I had to hide out in the closet for quite some time. And then when it came time to produce my show, I was like, wow, that audio sound is so good in the closet. So here I am back in the closet. So happy Friday. We are living through Mercury Retrograde. I just want to say that the last few weeks, obviously, if you have listened to the last few shows, have been so intense for me. I am such an empath, so I pick up on all the vibes, all the energy, literally everything, and it really affects me to my effing core. So when I have a week that I'm really struggling with PTSD and trauma I've experienced, things that are triggering me, and I just have a shit week, Mercury Retrograde added on top of that is not a good combo. Let me just explain that to you. And oh my God, it was rough. So for the text messages that I received and the comments online, I really do appreciate it. And I'm just sharing my story. And if I can help one person, if that's you, then that's why I'm going to continue to share it. So if you want to learn, oh my God, I can't even talk. If you want to hear more, tune back to episode 255, where it's all about, how I'm living with PTSD. It comes out of nowhere. Little things can trigger me, like a sound or a smell, literally the tiniest thing, a word. It's rough. It's been really rough, to be dead honest with you. I know what has been triggering me, so I'm staying clear of those things. So thank God for therapy. But something else I do want to share right now is that I was posting online all these things I was going through and Mercury Retrograde and how, it's just a joke between my friends and I, really, welcome to my life. This is my life. I go rent a car, 10 minutes later, I get rear-ended. You can't make it up. I eat too much salt, I get vertigo. What the hell is happening in my life? What did I do to deserve this? So things that I wanted to share with you right now, right off the bat, is that when I'm going through something like that, I have to go back to my routine of just rest. When it comes down to it, we only have one life. I was very fortunate to get another chance at it. So that's why I have the show. That's why I do everything that I do. I'm obsessed with helping people in all aspects of business and life. But when it comes down to it, you have one job, and that is to stay healthy and wake up in the morning and keep yourself healthy, I should say, is your job as much as you possibly can. And that includes mental health, 150%. And I know that in the entrepreneurship world, a lot of people are talking about this, but I give it to you the real and the raw. I mean, I don't ever listen back to those episodes where I'm hysterically crying, because I literally am still in a state of shock. But when I move past that, what I can do is literally take time to myself and just be still. And things that I do that keep me on track is immediately whip out that journal, get back into my morning and evening routine, which includes more breath work, more meditation, more sound baths. Every single night I do an 8-hour sound bath. That doesn't necessarily mean I sleep the 8 hours, but it goes on for 8 straight hours. The Copper Vessel Susie, who I've had online and, on the show rather, she is incredible for sound baths. I've done one with her in person. I've done a bunch of them virtually. She was on the show. Scroll back to, not sure what episode that is, but I'll drop it in the show notes. And if you want to hear her story, because it's absolutely incredible. And I feel like healers and people that are in the holistic world, they've gone through, from what I've understood and friends that I know about, their story is so traumatic, and that's how and why they heal other people and why they're so good at it, because they've experienced the other side. That's just my perspective. And I feel like for me personally, I've had such traumatic experiences where I'm like next level, like ready to help the next person, like just get what they deserve. And that's in all aspects of life, like I just mentioned. But going back to my routine and more self-care and more self-love, and listen, you can only meditate for so long. I can't hang with like a 45-minute meditation, but I can do a 5 and 6 minute meditation every day. I could do breath work for up to like 30 minutes. 20 is usually 20, 30 is like my max. There are different ways to do breath work. And if you're not familiar with breath work, you really need to research it. And before I forget, I wanted to share that my very good friend Jace is also doing some breathwork sessions. She is in her last leg of becoming a breathwork facilitator, and many of my friends are, as a matter of fact. And Jace and I have been friends for years. She's absolutely incredible. Her business model is incredible. Everything that she does, she has the cutest little baby girl right now, but she's offering complimentary sessions for breathwork. And once you guys experience breathwork and sound baths and meditations for the first time, you kind of get you have to find your own little rhythm, you know? And if you want to know what my experience has been like, it's really like euphoric. It gets me into the almost like this trance state. I've cried. My first one, I've cried. I laughed. I've gotten vertigo from it before, because when I first started doing breath work, I was like going through all of my legal cases, and just thinking about it like would give me vertigo. And so it was totally crazy that was happening. That's just my experience with it, because I was already going through that. So it really pulls you down deep, grabs onto those emotions, and just, I've seen so many people cry and laugh, and it's so healing. It's so therapeutic. I do it all the time. And if you guys are interested in something like that, it's really just to get you to like that state of mind, I feel like, that you need to be at in order to relax. Some people pass out right after. It's just so calming and therapeutic. Usually for me, that's just my experience. So if you would like to experience something like that on your own, I'm telling you, Jace is your girl. In the comments, there will be a link. You can schedule a complimentary breath session with her. So if you are feeling this Mercury retrograde like I am, if you are feeling stressed, if you are feeling creative, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're trying to go through some traumatic situation or heal from it, I mean, literally breath work is for everyone. And you could do it on the beach, just looking at the sun. You could do it lying down in a relaxing situation in your bed. I mean, there's so many different types of breath work and patterns, and Jace is the one that can go over all of that with you. I just wanted to share some of my experiences because I absolutely love it, and I've learned so much about it through my friends that actually are trained in doing it, facilitating. I have friends that do it in person in other countries, and I have friends that are doing it in the States virtually. And if you see a lot of these corporations, they really are realizing, especially now, like when we were first locked down the pandemic, that mental health matters. Like everybody's working at home. We're all stressed out. You incorporate parts of wellness into your employees' routine, their productivity level is going to boost like 150%. That's just my stat I just made up, but I'm just letting you know, like, that's how good it is. Wellness, mental health, breath work, meditation, sound baths, all of that. That is what I do to survive Mercury retrograde and a week after a PTSD situation. So again, if you guys are interested in a breathwork complimentary session from Jace, the link to schedule with her will be in the show notes. I highly recommend it. going back to after dealing with my traumatic week and more of Mercury retrograde, I need to incorporate more self-care into my routine. I'm very strategic in the morning and at night of things that I do. I have so many episodes and TikTok videos on this because that's what keeps me on my toes. The last couple of months I've been binging Housewives. I'm glad that's over because now the full moon happened, new moon rather, and I am on fire. My creativity level is 200%. Let's just say that. Fuck it. 200%. It hasn't been there in a really long fucking time. And I started going back into my legal drama, and that was like a huge trigger. So I'm moving forward with my creative stuff, my creative projects that I've been on hold. I've had them on hold for years. One reason was time. Another one was money. Another one was energy. 3 things I talk about all the time when it comes to productivity: time, money, and energy. Know your worth, know your value, know your time, know what you're worth. And when it comes time to myself, I have done for you services. So a lot of my time is spent doing things for other people. And I absolutely love it. However, when I take on too many things, that takes away from my creativity. So starting today, I already have my whole month and my week and my quarter planned out because I was on fire. I'm telling you, once there's a new moon situation, I'm like a different person. And so I've been manifesting the shit out of so many things, which I'm sure if you've been listening to the show for a number of years now, I talk about everything. It's always real and raw and to the point. And I have been manifesting the shit out of getting my brand new book, Everything is Messy, onto Target's website, which will eventually push it into stores. I have one more thing I'm waiting on, and basically they just need to refresh their feed. So help a girl out. If you're friends with somebody at Target, like let them know, like, I'm patiently waiting for you. But the good news is, they didn't do it when I had my old cover. So that could have been more of a nightmare, right? So everything happens, and I have the hiccups, excuse me, in perfect timing. And I really do appreciate saying that out loud because before I would have been a totally different person and dealing with it in a very diva-like way. However, now I'm extremely grateful for the drama that I have gone through from November to update my cover because I had major printing issues. If I didn't redo my cover, there was a risk that would sometimes happen again. And when you publish a book and you self-publish and you write about, you don't have control over these things. Like, you don't own the printing machine. You don't own the printing machine company. They are not your employees. You don't know who's ordering your book from all over the world. Like, how is it showing up in their hands? You're not going to know unless they tag you on social media or email you or text you and say, what's up with your book? So that freaked me out and I was not happy about it. But now I'm happy about it. You know, it's all about framework of your mind and rethinking things. And I'm really spending a lot more time now that I do feel so much better and doing that for myself because I can't create, I can't write. I've had a lot of writing projects over the last, I'd say 6 months. And that was on top of my book. So, which by the way, I had a writing project that I'm going to be announcing very soon. And it was for an award show. And the executive producers are going to come on the show pretty soon. You'll probably hear them sometime in March to share their story. 1, because I love them. And 2, because you need to hear it. And 3, these award shows you can actually be a part of. So it's super fun. And I was so honored to be a part of this project. And they're just phenomenal people. And I love working on projects with other creative type minds like mine, where there's people involved and we can all give our 2 cents and then we all do our thing and then like collab. Like those are literally my favorite projects because they appreciate your time and your creativity because they're exactly the same. Some others are not like that, which I'm probably going to be doing another show on that like in a few months. But anyway, going back to the book. So the other day on social media, I posted, I went into Barnes & Noble and I wanted to touch base with them, like do an in-store book signing, you know, because I'm trying to put together some kind of socially distanced book tour in different cities that I have friends in. So obviously I can visit them and then sign my books. Like, I can't even believe I'm saying that. Like, I'm going to be signing my books. I'm actually going to be doing this within the next couple of hours. So long story short, a couple days ago, I posted online, like I went in there, book signings happening in March, yada, yada, yada. Last night, I'm making my delicious sweet potato turkey chili, and I get a phone call from Barnes & Noble, and they're like, hi, is this Kellyanne Gorman? And I'm like, yes, it is. Your books are here. And I'm like, what? How is that even possible? Because it takes 10 days to print my case and then to mail to me. How do you have them when I was just there a couple days ago? So another joy is self-publishing. They actually got sent out before I even approved the final cover, which it's fine because Barnes & Noble said they look great. So I'm going to trust them until I get to the store and nitpick every single little thing, which is what I do. But that happened. So I have books on the shelf at the Barnes & Noble in Encinitas, which is North County, San Diego, if you're not familiar. And I'm going to go sign them and write little Post-it notes and just thank you for buying my book. Like, I don't even know. It's so weird. I'm so nervous. One of my clients called me for Google issues the other day, like a couple minutes ago. And see, I can't even talk. I'm nervous just talking about it because I'm going to go to the store with the mask on. Nobody knows who I am. I'm going to go in there and start sending books. Obviously, I'm going to talk to the manager first because I have a great relationship with them now. The book is going to be in other local stores throughout San Diego and other cities very soon. I'm waiting on my cases and then I'm going to start sharing more, which is why my brand, my business, the show, my programs, the book, literally everything is pivoting and changing. And I could not be more grateful for this time that I'm able to do that and just excited. I haven't been so excited in a very long time to create new stuff. I've been sitting on things and, I've been talking about this medical product forever. I'm doing that. I have a brand new podcasting program coming out that I've been working years on, literally over 3 years. And I just, at the end of the day, need time to create things that are going to be able to help more people in your business, in your life, with your podcast, whatever the hell it is. I just want to be able to help. The best way for me to help is by writing books, is by recording shows, is by providing the absolute most content I possibly can that's best for you guys, for you listening. So if you're into TikTok videos, if you're into audiobooks, if you're into ebooks, paperbacks, whatever it is, let me know. Where do you love binging your content? You can tag me on Facebook and Instagram. Obviously, you can find me at The Happy Workaholic. Let me know. Where do you love hearing your content? Number one. And then two, what kind of content do you want to hear more of on the show? So I have a bunch of episodes coming out. I'm going to bring on a couple guests. One is a legit trauma expert because that just makes sense because I literally live it and lived through it. And I basically want her to share her thoughts on my trauma so that you guys can get a better understanding. I think to incorporate it into your life or to incorporate the breath work, like I mentioned earlier, or sound baths, meditations, however you feel the route is best for you to go when it comes time to healing and giving yourself more self-love and all that stuff. So I am just so fired up, which you can tell because if you've been listening to the show for a long time, you can tell my mood. You're my best friend. You can tell my mood, in one snap of a finger, whether I'm going to laugh or cry or swear or whatever. Well, the swears are always going to happen. Let's just be honest. But I'm just grateful that you're here. I'm grateful for your text messages and your tags online and your reviews if you've left them on Apple Podcasts or Audible. If you haven't, please do so today. I would really, really appreciate it. And I'm just excited to finally give myself the time back to create more things for more people. And at the end of the day, it's just going to help you up level in your business and or your personal life, literally both. So I'm so excited. If you want to see more behind the scenes of what it takes and what I do in order to create programs like this, you need to be following me on TikTok. You can find me at The Happy Workaholic because that's where I usually film every Monday and I batch out. I film for about 2 hours and I'll batch film 2 weeks of content. And I actually did a video on how I do that, including my hair, my makeup. I mean, I change wardrobe, change my hair, change my makeup, change my tops. Usually on the bottom, I have pajama pants on. I mean, who's going to see them? And that's just basically what I'm doing every Monday now because I have been meeting the best people over on TikTok that are new and high vibe, the people that I want to vibe with. Right? same level as me, same excitement, same energy, and they're all new. And it's like Clubhouse, like you're going into a whole new environment. So Clubhouse I'm going to dive into as well. I honestly just haven't had the time, and it's all audio based. So if I'm having a shitty week, the last thing you're going to want to do is hear my voice. So I have steered clear of that, but I do have a bunch of invites. So if you're interested, if you leave me a review on Apple Podcasts or Audible, I will immediately invite you to Clubhouse if that's something that you're currently in need of. What else do I want to share? I'm looking at my notes. Okay. So one last thing regarding my podcast program that has been years in the making. I want to know if you are a podcaster or a future podcaster, what you need to learn. So whether you need help recording when it comes down to syndication, guests, what hosting platform, how to produce the shows, how to SEO your titles and your show notes, anything and all podcasting. I mean, anything and all. I need to know. You need to let me know. I don't think I turned off my thing. Anyway, so I need to know what you need to hear more of. So if you want, you can shoot me a text on my phone number in the show notes. It's 310-461-7051, or send me an email or contact me on my website, thehappyworkaholic.com, online. I want to make this program the absolute best situation that it can possibly be and help people on all levels. So if you're coming in blindly, you have no idea how the hell to launch a podcast. That was literally me 4 years ago. I need to know what you want, like what is on your wish list. If you are a seasoned podcaster and you're like, how am I making money from my show? How do I pitch brands? How do I put together a media kit? How do I get the best guests on my show? How do I pitch myself? All of that. If you need one-on-one coaching, like what specifically do you need? I'm incorporating all of this into this program, and it is something that no one has ever been able to do and no one's seen. And these are just the types of programs that I like to create. For example, your podcast production. I've launched over 20 podcasts for my clients. Nobody does what I do. They just don't, because I've created it. And if you're a creative type and you have a product, brand, or service and you've created it, you know the same. You can't judge somebody's work versus mine because we're totally different. So that's the best part. It's like, do I have a competition? Can you buy somebody else's podcast program? Absolutely. But are you going to get the same service, the same information? I mean, not really. So let's just make that clear that whenever you are doing, a creative project, that get your mind out of the gutter when it comes to, okay, yes, you should absolutely do your research. I preach that. Time, money, and energy. What are people selling it for? But what you need to know is that you are always going to go above and beyond in your business, in your personal life. Make that friendship count. Make that business relationship count. Provide above and beyond what the client is expecting, and you will always get more in return. And for you as a person, you will be on cloud 9 because you will just vibrate like on such a higher level because you're doing what you truly fucking love. And I just wanted to close out the show by that because I'm just so grateful. Every morning I get to 1, wake up, 2, do what I love, 3, help thousands of people every single day by my show, by my book, by my programs, my products, my services, everything that I've created. I mean, I literally sit down sometimes with a thought and I turn it into something I can sell. That's the kind of world we're living in now more than ever. Like, so many people I've chatted with throughout the pandemic, like, how can I pivot my brand? How can I pivot my podcast? Okay, I just got laid off. How am I going to make money from this? Unless you put in the work, unless you make a list and you figure shit out and you manifest and visualize it all, it's not going to happen. I've tried all of that. I tried businesses. I did everything myself. I had crazy trust issues, long story, but that's not going to work out. I've already tried that. So I'm here to tell you that when it comes time to creating something for yourself, it could be a brand new pantry. Do your research, go to the dollar store, go to the Container Store. It can go to Amazon, buy your products. But I'm telling you, dollar store hands down is literally the best place for organization. If you want to redo your laundry room or buy like a new dishwasher, you're going to do your research and figure out the financials and if it's best for you and your family. If you're going to do something with your business, you need to make a list. You need to be organized. Obviously, always do your research, but just write shit down and be creative and think out of the box. every single thing I've touched, I've created with my own 2 hands and brain. No one else has. It's untouchable because I've done it. And I'm only saying this because you have the power to do absolutely the same exact thing. We all have hobbies. We all have, I can't even tell you how many people just on TikTok alone I have seen that all got laid off, that had hobbies, that have turned them into 6 figures plus businesses in less than 12 months. They literally make me cry, all these videos. If anybody in this world can do it, you can do it. And if I could do it, you could do it. And I'm just here to promise you guys that I have so much more exciting content coming. And every now and then there's going to be a mental health story or a situation or show, because I just like to keep it real. I'm sharing all parts of my life here on this show, but I really want to focus more on productivity and entrepreneurship because so many people are interested in that right now, and that's literally what I live and breathe. But I also live and breathe with a mental health issue, PTSD and trauma, and I'm not the only one. So by sharing this information, and I know I can help at least one person, that makes me feel good. That means that I lived a great day. I was able to help one person, and I can continue on and hopefully help more by sharing my own personal stories, especially when it comes to mental health and, anything going on in my personal life, but especially business. Like, business needs to be fun. I've had crazy stressful situations, which I should definitely do a show on these now that all of my NDAs have run out. But there have been so many traumatic, stressful situations just in yachting. And I'm telling you, I just binged the last season of Below Deck, and I just started remembering them all. And I was like, oh my God, thank God the cameras were not following me around when I was working on 37 yachts. But anyway, I definitely want to do another show about what I've learned in business along the way of my entrepreneurial journey. And if there's anything else that you would like to hear on specifically, I would love to do a show for you. If you have a certain program, product, service that you need help promoting, I would love to talk to you about that because I can definitely help you in that department. But I just want to share what's going on in my life. Oh, you know what? I didn't even mention. I have new teeth. It's so weird. I was just talking to one of my friends and I don't know how to chew. My bite is off. My teeth are weird. All my implants are in. I can finally smile for the first time in 5 years since 2017. It's so weird. My Invisalign starts in a month and a half. But I have a full set of teeth. It's nuts. And if you're new here, I had to get my whole mouth redone twice because of the chemo that I did. So scroll back, you'll learn that story. But I'm just so grateful. I literally feel like a different human. I'm creating new recipes again. I'm creating programs. I have Post-its up the yin yang on all of my walls, which, by the way, if you need more productivity tips and how to organize your week and your life, I share a lot of that stuff over on my TikTok. But but what is the word? I'm thinking it right now. My brain is shot because it's Friday and I always try to take a half day Friday and also record very early in the morning. And that did not happen. Hence why I'm in the closet and there's screaming kids in the pool outside. But if you have anything you would like me to record a specific episode on, please just let me know. You can head to Apple Podcasts, Audible, leave me a review. You can find me online, The Happy Workaholic. You can text me. The link is in the show notes. But again, if you are looking for breath work, now is the time to jump because Jace only does complimentary sessions specifically until, I think today is the 12th. I think it's only for 5 or 6 more days. And you're going to want to do that this weekend. Set yourself up for success in the mental health situation in the mental department and just try it out. Everybody's experience is different. And if you're new here, scroll back to, a couple hundred episodes, but there's nothing I've never not shared on the show. And I keep it 150% real always, and I will forever. So, that's the greatest part about being a creative type and just a human that gets to wake up every day is that you get to go to the internet and share your life and help other people. That's why I'm here. And that's why you're here, because you want to hear it, hopefully. So if you want to hear more, let me know what you want to hear more of. If you want to learn how to breathe properly and learn new breathing techniques and learn all about breath work, you need to just click that link in the show notes to get Jace on your calendar and tag me once you guys finish your breathwork session. I'd love to know how it is. And if you are in a city that you would like me to come visit for the Everything is Messy book tour, you know where to find me on the internet at The Happy Workaholic. I'm signing off, you guys. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to get my nails done. I'm going to go sign my books at Barnes & Noble at the Encinitas location in San Diego because I am an author. This is so weird, and I also have new teeth, so I can finally smile in photos. It's literally surreal. Thank you so much for being a part of this show, along for the ride. If there's anything, again, like I could ever do for you, a show I can record, promotion I can do, literally just message me. I'm an open book. I'm going to help you either way. So that's it. So I hope you guys have an incredible weekend. I am going to be head down creating recipes, creating products, brands, services. Like, I'm just so pumped up. I also am taking a break tomorrow afternoon because I'm going to do a Galentine's event, and that is candle making with some bubbly. So I don't know how else I can close out this weekend other than that, and signing my own books is crazy. Friendly reminder, and just to literally close out this show, please write down your dreams and goals, manifest them, visualize them happening, and I promise you they will all come true, because that is every single thing I've done in my life up until this day. That does not include recording in my closet, but here we are. So happy Friday. Go follow your dreams and never ever give up. See you later. Your time is so valuable, and I really appreciate you carving out a little piece of your day to listen to today's episode. If you liked this one, please share it with someone who you feel needs to hear this message. And don't forget to tag me at The Happy Workaholic on Facebook and Instagram so I can feature you on my stories. Listening on Apple Podcasts? I would love it if you would leave me a review on today's show. Your input means so much and also helps me create more of the content you'll love. Want to continue today's conversation? You can join us in the Happy Workaholic Network Facebook group. Simply answer the questions and you're in. For more information on myself and to get the latest in business, LinkedIn, organizing, and podcasting news, sign up to receive my weekly newsletter at thehappyworkaholic.com. I hope that your day continues to be happy, healthy, positive, and productive, and I'll talk to you again soon.